I want to ask, is this FEMA meant for the entire country? Or is it meant for a section of, or some area, or some states? That's my first question. If it's meant for the entire country, can you tell me the offense of the area I come from? You know, this thing is not funny. It's not funny, you know. When I go through this budget, I look at some areas, 500 million, 300 million. And when you go to some areas, you see 30 million, 10 million, 25 million. Mr. MD or DG, is it MD or DG?
MD.
MD, please, you have to change this method. If you are not the one that started it, you need to change it. There are some areas in this country that don't even know there's anything called FEMA. And it's unfair. I was just complaining to my chairman now. I've been in this committee now for how many? Even me as a person, I can't say, look at, because of me, that they should do this half a kilometer, even a minute a kilometer. How do you call it? What is the list?
I just want to be very sure that your staff, the executive directors and all the senior staffs that stood for you, deliver our dissatisfaction for your non-attendance of the budget defense meeting. This process of approving your budget has taken one of the longest and so many meetings that I've ever seen in this Senate. And I discovered that probably the reason is that there is too much dividing line between this committee and your agency. You can hear what Senator Obina said. There's no way you can even influence any project for his community here because he's probably not aware of any project they are doing in his community. In my own community, I see a lot of activity of FEMA, but I don't know anything about it, so I cannot even politically take advantage of it. We want to, as a member of this committee, we want to take political advantage of some of your projects you are doing in our community. We want to say that, okay, we know about it, we facilitate it, we are aware of it. So I think that with time, it is good for us to probably blunt this dividing line. It is just as if, for many of these communities, it's just as if FEMA is unreachable. FEMA cannot be influenced for a project in our community, and ditto for all the Senate. So I don't know, Mr. Chairman, I don't know if processes can be built that will allow us to communicate more frequently with FEMA and to be able to influence one or two projects for our community.
For distinguished Senator Obina, I really understand and I support you in your disappointment in the provisions. I will just make a simple correction. We are not totally absent from Ebonyi State. I'm not giving an excuse, but even as we talk now, FEMA is actively involved in quick rehabilitation on Abakaliki towards the Enugu State border. And from Abakaliki... Yes, sir.
Enugu, Abakaliki, yes, where?
Where?
Sir.
No.
The MD.
Sir,
let me just tell you.
Even the commissioner for works, all of them, they are aware of that. It's ongoing.
Excuse me, please, for crying out loud. I'm living in the boundary between Enugu and Ebonyi. My community is the boundary. I'm from Nkalagu. And from Nkalagu to Abakaliki, I drive there almost every day. There's no single project that is going on there. Unless you are telling me that the flyover that's being constructed by the governor is that you are doing it. That's the only project that is going on there.
Sir, can I finish? It's about 45-kilometer road from Abakaliki to the Enugu state border. To the Enugu state border.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Okay. A direct what? But I wanted to finish the explanation. Sir, can I finish? Okay. I'm not saying we've done the whole of the road. This is a road that even the Honorable Minister is aware. We have met with the Honorable Minister and has spoken to the Governor. The first 7 kilometers of the road is the worst section, starting from Abakaliki, from Chene 0 to about 7.5. That's where we are working at now. Sir, I did not say we have reached the Enugu state border yet, but we are on it, and you can be sure we will continue with it. And that's not just FEMA, it's a ministerial order. Now, also from Abakaliki to Afiko, that's another bad section. Fortunately, there are subsisting contracts of the Ministry of Works there, and there are contractors there that are not being funded, and therefore there is no work. But the minister has taken note of it. You can ask him to confirm. And there are ongoing instructions for the contractors to go back and fix some critical roads. Those are at least the two issues or the two sides that I know we are working on. I'm not saying we are doing our best in Ebonyi, and I sympathize with you on that. And we will try to improve on that, generally across the state, particularly on those states that have memberships in this committee. So that's not my comment is not to make an excuse, sir, but to say that there are limitations in the resources of FEMA. We try to find the best way to utilize limited resources, and one of the best ways we know now is to liaise with members of the committee. The membership of the committee here cuts across the country. In the case of the House Committee, we even have a member from each of the states of the Federation, and we are utilizing that to reach out and draw up our list of budget. The preferred option is to have these projects in the budget, because then we can just go ahead and do it. Otherwise, we have to improvise with what is available under the overheads as directly labor interventions.
Insecurity, they kill us for this country. Insecurity, they finish us now. Nowhere they safe. Nowhere they safe. See for road today, she been about to die. Nobody they repair a boat. The motor just dead there. This can never happen for Cotonou. Ordinary Cotonou. This kind thing will not be happen. Trailer where they here reach 60 billion. 60 billion pieces of one. People know they inside. And they pack up for express. For one car, go big. In this country, don't tire people. They gonna let us know, we find our way. Even I don't tire, they gonna tell us so. We will find our way. It be like say I go start my own. We gonna wait though. The music will continue. I have a DVD and I brought my into it. Insecurity don't kill us again. No, we are there safe. On our bonnet also. Everybody they on the road for Nigeria. My brother, wait till we won't do. Something will. I was able to do president to win. As I talk now, I fear. Cause anything can just happen. As we dey waka dey go, if you hear kpo, leave your motor run. If you dey waka dey go, if you hear kpo, just begin dey run. No look, just dey run, na in Nigeria dey now. The way this country dey go, my brother. Very soon, we go the whole market to the waka. The way this country dey go, very soon, we go the carry gun to the waka. See wetin happen now. She be the wrong go comot the motor battery. Boys don't comot the battery. See them for back, one nemo. They don't comot motor battery. That motor will spoil. Boys don't go comot the battery. Now nine then carry you. See how the way they do am for ground. The owner of the motor no dey. They don't comot the battery. This country self don't hire us. All this trailer where you see, no one driver dey. See them left and right, see someday here, no driver. Them purposely pack up, leave and come out. I don't tire, no know wetin to do. Who get advice me whether I go advise the federal government. My advice to every Nigerian: do wetin you fit do. Do wetin you fit do. No go kill yourself. Pray to God one day you go better. One day you go better. Thank God for entertainment, where they make people still get home. If entertainment no day, wahala for don boss. He got some people wey be living things, some na non-living things. It depends on where you find yourself. She be a person they hustle like this, another person they wait to tifa. She be a person they hustle like this, another person they to tifa. No way be well, everybody run also. Make I concentrate to go where they go. Everybody, au revoir. God go bless you now. It's me for Buka Hut now. I dey go Buka Hut for Lekki. 69 Admiralty Way. Buka Hut. That's where we are going now.